Why are you constantly fighting for her attention? Why do you find yourself waiting anxiously for her reply, watching her Instagram stories, and sending double texts that go unanswered? The truth is, you've been misled. Society tells you to be the nice guy, always available, always accommodating, and always putting her needs above your own. But how's that working out for you? If you're tired of feeling invisible, powerless, and stuck in a cycle of chasing someone who barely acknowledges your existence, you're in the right place. Here's the brutal truth. The more you chase her, the less interested she becomes. It's not because she's cruel or playing games, it's human nature. Women are instinctively drawn to confidence, strength, and self-assuredness. These qualities don't align with chasing. Today we're going to flip the script. Instead of running after her, we're going to explore how to make her come to you. This isn't about manipulation or playing hard to get. It's about transformation. By the end of this guide, you'll understand how to reclaim your power and shift the dynamics of your interactions with women. This journey starts with one simple truth. Your value doesn't depend on her attention. If you've ever wondered how some men seem effortlessly magnetic while others struggle for even a fraction of attention, the answers lie within. 1. Stop seeking validation. Let's be honest. How many times have you found yourself refreshing your phone, waiting for her to respond? How often do you find yourself seeking her approval, hoping for even the smallest sign of interest? The problem isn't her. It's the way you're approaching the situation. Validation is a silent killer. It creeps into your mindset and whispers lies that your worth is tied to someone else's acknowledgement. But here's the reality. Every time you chase her validation, you're lowering your value. I think about it. What does it signal when you're always the first to text? The one who double texts? The guy who likes every single one of her posts? It screams desperation. And let's face it, desperation isn't attractive. Women are naturally drawn to men who exude confidence, not men who are constantly begging for their attention. When was the last time you were truly captivated by someone who seemed needy? Probably never. Now imagine flipping the script. Instead of seeking her validation, you become the man who doesn't need it. This shift is more than just a tactic. It's a mindset rooted in Stoicism, where inner peace and self-worth aren't swayed by external forces. The moment you stop chasing her validation, something magical happens. You regain control, not over her, but over yourself. When you stop seeking approval, you communicate a powerful message. I am enough. This subtle yet profound shift forces her to reassess your value. Suddenly, you're not just another guy in her DMs. You become a challenge, someone who doesn't fit the mold of endless attention seekers she's used to. She begins to wonder why you're not vying for her approval, and that curiosity can quickly turn into genuine interest. The truth is, women crave a man who is centered in his own value, who walks through life with a light assurance that says, I don't need you to complete me. This isn't about arrogance or aloofness, it's about living your life with purpose and allowing others to choose whether they want to join you. So how do you stop seeking validation? Start by asking yourself this. Why am I placing her on a pedestal? What does her attention really mean to me? Often, the act of chasing isn't about her at all. It's about a deeper insecurity that tells you your worth depends on someone else's approval. To break free, you need to shift your focus inward. Invest in yourself. Pursue your goals, build your skills, and focus on becoming the best version of yourself. The more you pour into your growth, the less you'll feel the need to chase external validation. And here's the paradox. When you stop needing her attention, that's when she'll start to give it freely. Imagine this scenario. You're out building your empire, hitting the gym, crushing it at work, and enjoying your hobbies. Meanwhile, she notices your absence. She wonders why you're no longer readily available, why you're not reacting to every story she posts. That absence creates intrigue. It's not manipulation, it's the natural result of you focusing on what truly matters yourself. Validation is a double-edged sword. When you seek it, you lose power. But when you stop seeking it, you become the man who commands respect and attention effortlessly. The power of Stoicism lies in embracing your inner worth and remaining unshaken by the external world. So are you ready to reclaim your power? The first step is simple but profound. Stop chasing her validation and start validating yourself. Once you internalize this truth, you'll not only shift the dynamic with her, but with everyone around you. And trust me, the moment you stop seeking her attention is the moment she starts seeking yours. What would change if you no longer needed anyone's validation? How different would your interactions feel if you knew, deep down, that you were enough? Reflect on that as we move forward. The journey to becoming the man you've always wanted to be begins with this single decision. Stay tuned because things are just getting started. 2. Understanding the power dynamic. Why do so many men get it wrong? Why does chasing her attention feel like running on a treadmill, exhausting, endless, and ultimately leading nowhere? The answer lies in a fundamental misunderstanding of power dynamics. Relationships, like any human interaction, operate on a balance of power. The moment you start chasing, you tip that balance out of your favor. Here's the reality. The more you pursue her, the more she pulls away. It's not because she's cruel or playing games. It's a natural response to perceived value. Women are inherently drawn to qualities like confidence, self-assuredness, and purpose. These traits signal strength and independence. When you chase, however, you unintentionally send the opposite message. You broadcast neediness, insecurity, and a lack of purpose beyond her approval. Ask yourself this: who holds the power in your inner interactions? Is it the person constantly reaching out, or the one who remains a bit of a mystery, focused on their own life? Power in relationships isn't about domination, it's about value perception. The one who appears to need less, who is more self-reliant, often holds more influence. Think about the most charismatic, magnetic people you know. Are they constantly seeking validation? Or do they carry themselves with an air of quiet confidence, fully immersed in their own world? This is the essence of power. And here's the kicker: power is attractive. Women want to be with men who are in control of their lives, who exude strength, and who aren't afraid to walk away when something doesn't align with their values or goals. You might be wondering, but if I don't show interest, won't she lose interest in me? The answer is no. Genuine interest isn't about flooding her with attention. It's about showing her that you're interested without compromising your dignity or self-respect. When you're too available, too eager, you inadvertently communicate that you lack options or purpose. But when you balance interest with independence, you spark intrigue. Here's a thought experiment. Imagine 2 scenarios. In the first, you're constantly texting her, liking her posts, and responding immediately to every message. In the second, you're focused on your goals, living your life, and your interactions with her are intentional but not overbearing. Which version of you is more compelling? Which version is more likely to capture her attention? The truth is, women respect men who respect themselves. When you stop chasing and start leading, you shift the dynamic. You go from being another guy clamoring for her time to a man she genuinely admires and desires to be around. This shift doesn't happen by accident. It requires a conscious decision to prioritize your own life over the pursuit of hers. When you understand the power dynamic, you realize that chasing is a losing game. Instead, focus on your personal growth and let her come to you. This isn't about playing hard to get, it's about authentically living a life that's fulfilling and attractive. Now, here's where it gets interesting. When you stop chasing, you don't just regain your power, you start to enjoy the process. Suddenly, you're no longer worried about whether she texts you back or likes your posts. You're too busy living your best life. And that's when she notices. She'll begin to wonder why you're not like the others, why you're not constantly seeking her attention. And that curiosity, it's incredibly powerful. So what's your next move? Are you ready to shift the power dynamic in your favor? Let's make this a conversation. If this resonates with you, drop a comment below and share your thoughts. How do you plan to reclaim your power? And while you're at it, hit that like button if this message is opening your eyes. Every interaction helps this content reach more men who need to hear it. Together, we're building a community of self-assured, purposeful individuals who understand the value of stoicism in modern relationships. Stay with me, there's so much more to uncover. 3. Reclaim your peace of mind. How often do you find yourself losing sleep over someone who might not even be thinking about you? How many times have you checked your phone, hoping for a message that never comes? It's exhausting, isn't it? Yet, this is the reality for many men, trapped in a cycle of anticipation and disappointment, handing over their peace of mind to someone who hasn't earned it. Here's the harsh truth. The more you fixate on her, the less attractive you become. Desperation and anxiety are palpable, and women can sense them from a mile away. When you allow your peace of mind to hinge on her actions, you're effectively giving her control over your emotions. That's not strength, it's dependency. But let me tell you something transformative. Your peace of mind is sacred. No one, no woman, no situation should have the power to disrupt it. Stoicism teaches us that true control lies in mastering our internal state, not in trying to control external factors. This means focusing on what you can influence, your mindset, your reactions, your decisions, and letting go of the rest. When you reclaim your peace, you become unshakable. Imagine no longer caring whether she replies immediately or leaves you on read. Imagine feeling calm and centered, no matter what happens. This isn't indifference, it's emotional resilience. It's the kind of stability that not only benefits you but also makes you incredibly attractive. Women respect men who have control over their emotions. When you're calm, composed, and unbothered, you project confidence. You're telling the world, I'm in control of my life, and my happiness isn't dependent on anyone else. This quiet assurance is magnetic. The next time you catch yourself obsessing over her actions, pause. Ask yourself, why am I giving her this much power over my thoughts? Then redirect that energy. Hit the gym, dive into a project, or spend time with friends who uplift you. The goal is to fill your life with activities and pursuits that enrich you, making her attention a bonus rather than a necessity. When you stop worrying about her, something remarkable happens. She notices. She senses the shift in your energy. You're no longer the guy anxiously waiting for her. You're the man confidently living his life. And trust me, that shift will pique her interest. But here's the best part. By the time she starts noticing, you'll already have moved on emotionally. You'll have reclaimed your peace, and her attention will no longer hold the same weight. That's when you truly win, not because she's chasing you, but because you found contentment within yourself. 4. Build self-worth from within. Why do so many men measure their self-worth by the attention they receive from women? 1 minute she's texting non-stop, and you feel on top of the world. The next she's distant, and suddenly your confidence takes a nosedive. Sound familiar? It's a dangerous cycle, one that leaves you vulnerable to the whims of others. Here's the truth. If your self-worth depends on external validation, you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of insecurity. Women's attention, much like social media likes or fleeting compliments, is unstable. It comes and goes. Basing your value on something so fickle is like building a house on sand. The solution? Build your self-worth from within. This means knowing your value, independent of anyone else's opinion. You are not defined by who texts you, who likes your photos, or who shows interest in you. Your worth is inherent. It's rooted in your character, your actions, and your commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. When you embrace this mindset, you unlock a level of confidence that's unshakable. You stop seeking validation because you've already validated yourself. You become the man who walks into a room and commands respect, not because he's the loudest or most flamboyant, but because he exudes quiet self-assurance. Women are naturally drawn to men who know their worth. They don't want a man who craves their approval. They want a man who's secure in himself, who stands firm in his values, and doesn't waver based on others' opinions. This kind of inner strength is rare, and it's incredibly attractive. But how do you cultivate this self-worth? Start by investing in yourself. Set goals and work tirelessly to achieve them. Whether it's advancing in your career, mastering a new skill, or improving your physical health, every step forward reinforces your sense of value. The more you accomplish, the less you'll feel the need to seek external approval. And here's the beautiful paradox. The moment you stop needing validation is the moment it starts coming to you effortlessly. People, including women, are drawn to those who exude confidence without seeking attention. Your energy shifts, and suddenly you're the man they want to be around, not because you're chasing them, but because you're chasing your dreams. Remember, your self-worth is yours to define. No one can take that away unless you allow it. By focusing on internal growth and rejecting the need for external validation, you become unstoppable. And in the process, you'll find that the right people gravitate toward you naturally. 5. Master self-control. Let's get real. How many of you lose your composure the moment she sends a text? Do you drop everything, responding within seconds, eagerly awaiting her next message? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. But here's the problem. Every time you react impulsively, you're giving away your power. You're showing her that she can control your emotions with a single notification. This is where self-control comes in, and it's a game changer. Mastering self-control means you no longer react to her whims. You don't jump at every message or rearrange your schedule at the last minute just because she's suddenly available. Instead, you maintain your composure, your focus, and your boundaries. Think about it. What kind of man exudes confidence? The one who's always at someone's beck and call, or the one who operates on his own terms? Women are like cats. They're drawn to those who don't chase after them. The more you show restraint, the more intrigued she becomes. But self-control isn't just about playing it cool. It's about genuinely prioritizing your life. When you're deeply invested in your goals, your passions, and your personal growth, you naturally become less reactive. You're busy building your empire, and her attention becomes a bonus, not a necessity. Now let's talk about what happens when you master self-control. Imagine this. She texts you, but instead of responding immediately, you take your time. Not because you're playing games, but because you're genuinely focused on something important. She notices. She wonders why you're not as available as other guys. That curiosity sparks attraction. Self-control is also about emotional regulation. When you stop reacting out of impulse, you gain clarity. You're no longer swayed by every high and low, and this stability is incredibly attractive. Women respect men who remain calm under pressure, who don't let their emotions dictate their actions. The next time you feel the urge to respond, immediately pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, am I responding because I want to, or because I feel I have to? This simple question can change everything. Over time, you'll find that your interactions become more balanced, more intentional, and ultimately more fulfilling. So how do you plan to take control of your impulses? Have you ever experienced the power shift that comes with mastering self-control? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if this resonates with you, hit that like button. Every interaction helps spread this message to other men ready to reclaim their power. Let's keep this conversation going, because the journey to mastering yourself is one worth sharing. 6. Silent confidence. Actions speak louder than words. Let's face it, most men are out here trying to prove themselves with words. They talk about their accomplishments, their ambitions, their value. But here's the truth. The loudest man in the room is often the weakest. Women see through this facade. They aren't impressed by empty boasts or constant attempts to seek attention. What truly captivates them is silent confidence. Silent confidence is a rare and powerful trait. It's the calm assurance of a man who knows his worth without needing to announce it. It's in the way he carries himself, the way he engages with the world, and most importantly, the way he lets his actions speak for him. This kind of confidence is magnetic because it's genuine. It can't be faked or forced. Think about the kind of men who naturally draw attention in a room. They're not the ones talking about how much money they make or how successful they are. They're the ones quietly observing, composed and self-assured. Their presence alone speaks volumes. They don't need to prove anything because their lives already reflect their value. Women are naturally drawn to this energy. Why? Because silent confidence signals strength and security. It tells them that you're a man who is comfortable in his own skin, who doesn't need external validation to feel complete. This contrasts sharply with men who constantly seek approval or try to impress through over-the-top gestures or excessive bragging. But how do you cultivate silent confidence? It starts with self-awareness. You need to understand your strengths and embrace your worth. Confidence isn't about pretending to be something you're not. It's about fully owning who you are. When you walk through life with this mindset, you naturally exude an aura of calm power. Next, focus on your actions. Words can be empty, but actions reveal the truth. Whether it's excelling in your career, maintaining your physical health, or simply being reliable and consistent, your actions should align with the man you want to be. When your actions speak for themselves, you don't need to seek validation through words. Lastly, embrace the power of mystery. You don't need to share every detail about your life or explain your every move. Keep some things to yourself. Let her wonder. Let her be curious about you. This intrigue only adds to your appeal, making you stand out in a world where most people are eager to overshare. In essence, silent confidence is about being unapologetically you. It's about walking through life with a sense of purpose and assurance, knowing that your value isn't dictated by anyone else's opinion. And when you embody this mindset, you'll find that people, especially women, are naturally drawn to you. They'll want to know more about you, not because you're telling them how great you are, but because they can see it in everything you do. This is the kind of confidence that not only attracts but also sustains genuine, meaningful connections. It's not a performance, it's a lifestyle. And once you master it, you'll never feel the need to prove yourself again. 7. Focus on personal growth and mission. What sets apart men who effortlessly command respect and attention? It's not their looks, their charm, or even their wealth. It's their unwavering commitment to personal growth and their mission in life. Men on a mission radiate a unique energy, an energy that says, "I know where I'm going, and nothing will stand in my way." This focus is intoxicating. Women are naturally drawn to men who have a clear purpose, who are driven by their ambitions, and who are constantly striving to become better. Why does this matter so much? Because growth is attractive. Stagnation, on the other hand, kills attraction. If you're not pushing yourself to grow, to evolve, to achieve, you become stagnant. And that's a surefire way to lose her interest. Women want to be with someone who inspires them, who challenges them, and who brings excitement into their lives. And that excitement comes from your journey of self-improvement. Let's break this down. Imagine you're stuck in a routine, doing the same things every day, waiting for her to text or call, and basing your happiness on her responses. How does that look? Predictable, uninspiring. Now imagine a different scenario. You're hitting the gym regularly, leveling up in your career, learning new skills, and exploring your passions. Your focus is on your growth, not on waiting for her attention. In this scenario, you become someone worth chasing, someone she wants to be around. But it's not just about impressing her, it's about becoming the man you've always wanted to be. Personal growth isn't a tactic, it's a lifestyle. When you focus on your mission, everything else falls into place. You gain confidence from your achievements, satisfaction from your progress, and clarity from your purpose. This confidence and fulfillment naturally overflow into your inner interactions, making you more appealing and magnetic. A man on a mission doesn't have time to chase anyone. He's too busy building his empire, crafting his legacy, and pursuing his passions. This doesn't mean you ignore her or play hard to get. It means you prioritize what matters most, your growth and your goals. When she sees that you're serious about your life, that you're driven and focused, she'll be intrigued. She'll want to be a part of that journey. Moreover, focusing on personal growth creates a sense of independence. You're not reliant on her or anyone else for your happiness or self-worth. This independence is empowering, and it's one of the most attractive qualities you can have. Women don't want to be the center of your universe, they want to orbit around a man who's already established his own. So how do you start? Set clear goals for yourself, whether it's financial, physical, or personal development. Create a plan and stick to it. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and keep pushing forward. Surround yourself with people who uplift and challenge you. Stay disciplined and focused even when the path gets tough. Remember, this journey isn't just about attracting her, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. When you prioritize growth and commit to your mission, you'll not only draw others to you, but also experience a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. And that, more than anything, is what makes life truly rewarding. 8. The power of scarcity. Let them miss you. Why is it that we often only realize the value of something once it's gone? This isn't just a cliché, it's a fundamental truth of human psychology. Scarcity creates value. The less available something is, the more desirable it becomes. And the same principle applies to your attention. If you're always accessible, always available, you diminish your perceived value. But the moment you step back, something interesting happens. People start to notice your absence, and that's when they begin to miss you. Think about it. When you're constantly present in her life, always texting first, always ready to drop everything for her, you become predictable. Predictability leads to complacency, and complacency breeds boredom. But when you pull back, when you stop being so readily available, you create a void. That void is powerful. It makes her realize how much she's been taking your attention for granted. This doesn't mean you play games or deliberately ignore her to manipulate her feelings. It's about shifting your focus from her to yourself. Live your life fully. Be present in your work, your hobbies, and your personal growth. When you're genuinely busy building your empire and enjoying your passions, you naturally become less available. And that scarcity makes her wonder, what's he up to? Why isn't he reaching out as much? Did I lose his interest? Here's the paradox. The less you focus on her, the more she starts to focus on you. She'll begin to notice your absence, and more importantly, she'll start to miss the energy you brought into her life. This is the power of scarcity. It shifts the dynamic, making her seek you out instead of the other way around. But here's the key. You must embrace this scarcity mindset authentically. Don't just withdraw for a few days, expecting immediate results. This isn't about playing a short-term game, it's about fundamentally changing how you value your time and energy. When you truly value yourself, you'll find that your attention becomes a limited and precious resource. Now, imagine the shift in dynamic. Instead of you always initiating conversations or making plans, she starts reaching out. She starts wondering why you're no longer as accessible as before. And that curiosity transforms into attraction. Suddenly, you're no longer chasing her, she's chasing you. So what would your life look like if you embraced the power of scarcity? How different would your relationships feel if you stopped giving away your attention so freely? If this resonates with you, let's hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and share how you plan to implement this principle in your life. And if you're ready to take control of your interactions, hit that like button. Every small step toward valuing your time and energy helps you reclaim your power. Let's keep this momentum going and continue the conversation. You're on the path to becoming the man who commands attention without ever having to fight for it. 9. Set clear boundaries. Here's a simple yet powerful truth. Without boundaries, there is no respect. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define what you will and will not tolerate in your life. They signal to others, especially women, that you have standards, that you value yourself, and that you demand respect. And respect is the foundation of attraction. Many men, however, are afraid to set boundaries. Why? Because they fear losing her. They think that by being accommodating, by always saying yes, and by letting her get away with disrespect, they'll win her affection. But this couldn't be further from the truth. When you fail to enforce boundaries, you send a clear message. I don't value myself enough to stand up for what I deserve. And when a woman senses that, her respect and attraction diminishes. Let's look at an example. Say she cancels plans last minute, offers a weak excuse, and expects you to be okay with it. If you simply shrug it off and reschedule without addressing the disrespect, you're setting a precedent. You're telling her that your time isn't valuable and that she can treat you however she pleases. Contrast this with a man who calmly but firmly communicates that his time is important and won't tolerate being treated as an afterthought. That man commands respect. Setting boundaries isn't about being harsh or confrontational. It's about clearly defining your expectations and standing by them. It's about saying, this is what I expect in a relationship, and if you can't meet those expectations, that's fine, but I won't compromise my values. This kind of clarity is not only empowering but also incredibly attractive. Women test boundaries not because they're malicious, but because they want to understand your limits. They want to know if you're a man who stands firm or someone who can be easily swayed. And when you consistently uphold your boundaries, you show her that you're not just another guy who's desperate for her approval. You're a man of principle, and that sets you apart. But here's the catch. Boundaries only work if you're willing to enforce them. It's not enough to say, I won't tolerate disrespect, and then let it slide when it happens. You need to back up your words with actions. If she repeatedly crosses a line, you must be willing to walk away. This doesn't mean you're punishing her. It means you're prioritizing your self-respect. Think about it. Would you respect someone who sets rules but never enforces them? Probably not. The same principle applies in your relationships. Boundaries are only as strong as your willingness to stand by them. And here's the beauty of boundaries. They don't just protect you, they elevate you. They force you to operate from a place of self-respect and strength. They ensure that the people in your life value and respect your time, energy, and presence. And for women, this is a rare and attractive quality. In the end, setting boundaries isn't about controlling others, it's about controlling yourself. It's about defining the terms under which you're willing to engage and sticking to them. When you do this, you create relationships built on mutual respect and genuine connection. And that's the kind of relationship worth having. So take a moment to reflect on your current boundaries, or lack thereof. Are you standing firm in your values, or are you bending to please others? Remember, the strength of your boundaries reflects the strength of your character. When you set and enforce them with confidence, you not only gain respect but also establish yourself as a man of unwavering principle. Throughout this journey, we've uncovered a simple but profound truth. Your value, your peace of mind, and your power are not dependent on anyone else's attention or approval. The old way of thinking, that you need to fight for her attention, to chase after her, leads only to frustration and disillusionment. It's time to stop playing by those outdated rules. Instead, embrace the principles that will transform not only your relationships but your entire life. Stop seeking validation. Understand and control the power dynamic. Reclaim your peace of mind. Build self-worth from within. Master self-control and exude silent confidence. Prioritize personal growth and let the power of scarcity work in your favor. Finally, set and enforce clear boundaries. By doing this, you're not just changing how you interact with women, you're reshaping your entire approach to life. You're becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to chase because he knows his worth. A man who lives with purpose, integrity, and strength. A man who naturally commands respect and admiration. This isn't just about attracting her. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. And when you commit to this path, you'll find that everything else falls into place. Women will notice, opportunities will arise, and your life will transform in ways you never imagined. But more importantly, you'll feel a deep, unshakable sense of confidence and fulfillment that no external validation could ever provide. So what's your next move? Are you ready to stop chasing and start leading? The choice is yours. The tools are here. The principles of Stoicism offer timeless wisdom that can guide you on this journey. Now it's time to take action. Thank you for embarking on this journey with me. If you found these insights valuable, consider sharing this message with others who might need it. Together, we're building a community of men who refuse to settle for mediocrity, who are ready to reclaim their power and live life on their own terms. Here's to your growth, your confidence, and your unshakable strength. The best is yet to come.